Hello, my name's Adam, and I'm going to be explaining to you how to use FTX Pay, which is a payment processor that we at FTX support. This is just going to be a quick tutorial on how to use FTX Pay. Basically, FTX Pay lets customers pay you, like your FTX account or some external wallet, using the funds on their FTX account. And they can fund their FTX account using all of the methods that FTX supports. So that includes, ACH and wire transfers and credit cards and crypto, of course. We have many ways of getting funding onto our platform, and so by proxy, if you integrate FTX Pay, your customers will have many possible ways of paying you. So that's hopefully the draw. So now I'll just go ahead and explain how to use our service. The first step, of course, is to go to ftx.com/pay right here. That's the URL, ftx.com/pay, and you're going to be prompted to. There's sort of going to be two options. On the left, we have create/view apps. So this is going to be receiving payments with an FTX account. So this is if you're going to set up an FTX account to receive the payments, or you can have the payments arrive in an external wallet. So for most merchants, we probably recommend the thing on the left. The reason being, well, there's two reasons. One is that if you're receiving payments with an FTX account, then we know who you are, so we can send you information about the payments. For example, we can send you emails telling you who paid you. We can support API calls that you can hit to find out. Get a JSON of recent payments. The other reason that it's advantageous to use this option in general is that there's going to be no blockchain fees. Like, none of the money is incinerated when it's sent between two FTX accounts, because it's just, on the back end, just two balance changes in our database. As opposed to if you're sending payments to an external wallet, of course, depending on what type of wallet it is, the blockchain fees could be substantial. Right, so let's get started on doing an FTX payment. So if we just click Create Apps, so we have an app right here, so we can just create a new one. So an app is just a fancy name for a set of ways that you can be paid, basically. Like, whatever sub-account you create the app from is going to be where the funds land. And then the app just, will have certain properties, such as, deciding what happens to the funds upon receiving them. You can convert them to USD, you can convert them all to Dogecoin or something if you'd rather. You put your default destination name of the app, so maybe you want to have different possible destination labels eventually, in which case you'd want to have two separate apps. There's other possibilities. So hopefully this form right here is fairly self-explanatory. So we can just call this test app or something. We can use a normal name as the destination label. And great, so we can just take the defaults and press submit information. So now we have an app. So far there have been no payments to the app, but as payments come in, they'll be listed right here. Right, so down here we have, if you want to change the destination label. So right now, if you try and pay this app, it'll tell the customer they're paying Alameda. If you'd like to change that to your brand name or something, you can request a special name confirmation. So we could say that we want users to call, we want this to be called Bibimbap or something. So basically, and then you can upload a logo. So we won't bother uploading a logo in this case. We'll just ask that this label be confirmed by our admins. So the reason we do this is defending against phishing attacks. In any case, let's go ahead and set up payments, which is why we're all here. So if we click the Set Up Payments button, then we are directed to this page right here. So this is the page where the action happens in terms of helping you integrate FTX Pay into your website. Basically, what we have here is we have some set of options about what the payment button is going to do. So by default, these options make the payment button have the payer pay you 10 USD. So if the payer clicks the button, they're going to be redirected to a payment dialog where if they confirm, they'll end up paying you 10 USD, or pay this app, this sub account 10 USD. So this button right here will do that. So if we click it, then you can see that it's prompting us to send Alameda 10 USD. So we can just go ahead and just to try it out, we can go ahead and do this. So we can say that the reason is test payment, but this is optional. I don't actually need to put anything here. And then this is requiring me to fill out some 2FA. We won't let the users pay without 2FA just as an anti-theft measure. I can just go ahead and put my 2FA in here, and then we can confirm payment. And great. So now we've paid 10 USD to the app. And now if we go back and take a look at the test app, we can see that indeed there was a payment of 10 USD less a 1% fee that was sent to myself from me. So that's good. So now, suppose you want to embed this in your website. So it's as simple as just going ahead and taking this this code that's down here and copying it into your page. So we have here a test page. So at the moment, the test page is this. It's on my local host. So as you can see, it's blank. we can go ahead and put this button in. Yeah, I tend to use React. So if you're using React like me, you'll want to just adapt this very slightly. You'll want to say, React doesn't do this having a string as what's in the onClick. It has a function, right? So we just go ahead and do this, and then this code should just work right out of the box. So if we refresh, hopefully we get something good. There it is. Look at that, a button. So now if we click this button, great. So now you can just take this button, copy paste it wherever you want, and whoever clicks the button that shows up on this website, obviously you can change what the button looks like as much as you want by changing the props that you pass into the button. Same as before. You can just fill out a code and then press confirm payment, and the payment will happen. So in the case that the user is asked to pay something that they don't have, so we could just try that right now. Suppose that we're asking the user to pay some amount of euro, and the user doesn't have any euro. Let's ask the user to pay like 5 euros. See what happens. So in this case, the user is told they don't have enough euros, but they do have enough total assets on the platform to pay for things. So the user can just go ahead and do this, and pay the USD, and then yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so the idea is just now there's going to be an automatic conversion from USD to euros. That's all good. So I just go ahead and do this again. 797-618. Confirm payment. And great. Now the merchant has received 5 euros, and the payer has paid, some number of dollars that's roughly equal to 5 euros. And so basically, this allows you to ask for whatever currency you like, and even if the payer doesn't have that currency available, if they have enough total funds available, they should be prompted to automatically convert. If they don't have any funds on the platform, they're prompted to deposit more funds in a way that's hopefully fairly simple and intuitive. But yeah, so this is how you would integrate the button into your website, is you would just go ahead and put this code into your website if you're using React, or the code shown right here if you're using normal JavaScript. Yeah, what else is there? So there's API documentation. So if we take a look at the API documentation, this tells us about how to ping our API to have it learn about what the recent payments to it are. So obviously you can see what payments have been made to test app recently by looking at this table. Also, there's an email sent to your email account that you've put on file every time someone makes a payment with details about the payer. But it might be convenient to have more information and in convenient JSON formats that you can have an automatic system that pings our API and detects when a payment's been made and does something in response. So that's what this is for. So you can just hit our endpoint that's FTX Pay /apps / the user specific ID of your app, which will be visible. Should be visible. Let's see. Oh, it's up here in the URL. This is the user specific ID. So if you just feed in the user specific ID of your app, then you'll get back a bunch of information about payments to your app. So there's right here a list of recent payments to your app. And then by pinging this endpoint every so often, you'll be able to detect when payments are being updated and do something correspondingly in your backend to give the user whatever they requested in response. If you don't want to have the user pay a fixed amount, suppose you want to let the user choose the amount. Maybe this is a donation button. Maybe this is some method by which the user funds something for you, or they're effectively paying themselves. You might want to let the user choose the amount. In which case, the user will be prompted with this quantity field they can fill out, and then they can put whatever they want and pay themselves whatever they like. What else is there? Right, so suppose you want to be able to detect which user sent you the payment. You might want to have a memo field, maybe one that's filled out for the user. For example, if you want to detect that this is user 345 on your system, you might make the button specify memo equals 345, and then when you press pay with FTX, there will be a memo that's automatically filled in for you. And in the back end, when you ping the API, you'll be able to see the associated memo with that payment, and you'll know when you see memos :345 is something that will mean something to your systems. You'll know that the payment came from, user 345, and you'll be able to compensate that user specifically for the payment, or credit that user for the payment, whatever that might mean. Yeah, so that's payments to an app. Hopefully, overall, fairly self-explanatory. Now I'll talk briefly about payments to an external wallet. Payments for an external wallet are actually somewhat simpler. Basically, you just have an external wallet somewhere, you put an address. I can just, mash the keyboard here. I shouldn't actually, submit the payment. Presumably it'll fail instead of incinerating the money, but nevertheless. In any case, suppose this was a Solana address. Then if you were to send, then the payment would be sent on-chain to this address. And really it's as simple as that. There's not too much more to it. Basically what this is probably mostly useful for is funding DeFi wallet. So if you have some decentralized exchange and you want to give users the ability to fund their wallets on your decentralized exchange via their FTX accounts, this could be one convenient way of doing that. If you want to let them pay to a specific address but pay any currency on the Solana blockchain, for example, we can just go ahead and let user choose the currency and specify that the wallet type is Solana. And then when we do that, the user will be prompted to choose a coin, but only from among the coins that have a Solana option, like that are supported by the Solana wallet. And then they can choose a coin, choose a quantity, and then go ahead and pay. But I won't actually do this because, of course, this is not a real Solana destination. Yeah. All right, that's about it, I suppose. If you have any questions about the integration process, please send me an email. That's adam@ftx.com is my email. adam@ftx.com is where you can reach me, and I'll do my best to be responsive and help you with whatever problems might arise during the integration process. But I'm hopeful that it won't be too hard, because as you can see, it really is as simple as just copy-pasting a single line of code into your website and optionally writing something that hits a single API endpoint. Yeah. Anyway, thanks a lot.